What's this? What's this? Number 4. They were called without the blessing. Let me say that one more time. They were called without the blessing. The call had no authority. The call had no favor. The call had no blessings. In essence, it had no power. You've run into folk who are called and you don't feel nothing. Whoever God calls, he backs up. Romans 8:30 and 31, moreover, whom he predestined, then he also called. Whom he called, these he also justified. And whom he justified, these he also glorified. What then shall we say to these things? If God be for us, who would dare come against us? Which means that wherever I go, because I'm called, God got my back. So if somebody even sends an evil report saying, don't go there, please understand, what do we say to these things? If God be for me, who would dare come against me? These people were only called out of sin into salvation, but not walking in the blessings of salvation. I wished I had time. It would take a long time. I would take a road trip for a moment, but we have missed the true essence of what salvation is. Salvation is not just getting saved. Salvation encompasses deliverance. It encompasses you moving in prosperity. It has several progressive dimensions. And what happens to us if we're cursed by this curse, the only thing we enjoy is getting saved. All the rest of the benefits called favor and authority and all that never come. You just say. That's why the only thing you'll do is sing about when you get home. Because ain't nothing else popping in your life. Salvation carries benefits. Say it with me. Salvation carries benefits. Well, watch this. Go with me, Psalms 103 real quick. Psalms 103. It's amazing how many of us are saved without benefits. Every time we get ready to hire somebody here at New Birth, they ask, okay, that's how much you're going to pay me. What about the benefits? Whenever you go get a job, why is it that you ask for benefits on your job and then think God wouldn't give you benefits? Why are we stuck just singing saved? That's why our testimony gets stale. You've been saved 20 years. You don't even remember how you got saved. It's not fresh. There's been no new encounter, no deliverance, no uplifting, no favor, no power, no dunamis power. Nothing's going on. I'm just living from trouble to reoccurring things. Hardship, hardship, hardship. What is the definition of my life? Hardship, hardship, hardship. What's this? Psalms 103, 1 through 5. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his what? And forget not all his what? He forgives all iniquities. He who heals all your disease, who redeems your life from destruction, who crowns you with loving kindness and tender mercies. He who satisfies your mouth with things so that you will renew like the eagles. God said, I'll renew you. And if you bless the Lord, don't sit up. And one of the reasons why we sometimes get stagnant in our praise, because we're blessing him and forgetting his benefits. Don't just, I remember churches I used to go to, aren't you glad you're saved? Aren't you glad all you're driving in is, that's all it is, saved. No, it's a whole lot of benefits. Aren't you glad you're in favor? Aren't you glad you're delivered? Aren't you glad you're in his will? Aren't you glad you're in good health? Aren't you glad that you have great ideas? Aren't you glad you got resurrection power? Aren't you glad that you got the benefits? Aren't you glad that you're a joint heir? Aren't you glad that you're going to share with him? Aren't you glad you're sitting at the right hand of him? Aren't you glad no weapon formed against you shall prosper? Aren't you glad he'll keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him? Aren't you glad his name is Shalom? Aren't you glad his name is El Shaddai? Aren't you glad his name is Elohim? Aren't you glad about it? Don't forget his benefits. Go to bed at night and sleep, because I got a God that never sleeps or slumbers. I'll wake up in the next morning. He'll tell me what to do. He's a battle axe. He's my shield. He's my buckler. He's my all in all. He's my righteousness. He's my blood. He's my I got benefits. And if you're under the sign of the Gibeonites curse, it is reoccurring problems, hardship, problems. You're coming out of one, going one. While you're coming out one, one's waiting. It's kind of like a wrestling match, and it's a tag team, but you don't have nobody to tag up with. And you're in the steel cage, and when that problem gets tired of wearing you out, it tags up with another one standing there. Let me have them. And then it tags with something else. You know, I used to say, some people would tell me, go to hell. And I say, what for? They new rides? Because I done been on just about everything. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Just seem like stuff be waiting. Tell your neighbor, stuff be waiting. What's this? What's this? This may be a sign that you may have broken a covenant, lied, messed with something that does not honor the name of God. We're going to fix all this tonight. So don't get. I'm almost through. Number 5, they could never rise above the basic or bare necessities of life. No favor, no benefits, no joy. Life is just a struggle. It is life at the lowest level. No matter how much I work, no matter how much I do, I ain't got nothing. I barely have a bed to sleep in. I barely have food. I don't know when the last time I got new clothes. Now, this ain't seasonal. This for 10 years. My TV in and out. I barely got the necessities of life. And you've been saved a long time, forgot his benefits. No matter what you do, think back over your bloodline. Just seems like we've been at the same place, cutting wood and carrying water and cutting wood. Got a problem today and another one waiting. I don't know when I didn't have something to hold me down. Trying to get a breakthrough, can't get my head up. A steak hamburger patty is a luxury. Only jobs I can get is minimum wage. Try to train myself for something, it don't happen. What's this? Number 6. They were in a blessed place doing unblessed work.